Welcome to Grandpa Jim's Gardening Tips, and today I'm going to show you how you can take a toothbrush and how it will help you with your garden, and specifically your tomatoes. But first I want to give you just a little botany lesson here. In the plant world, there's two kinds of flowers. There's perfect flowers and there's imperfect flowers. Now, an imperfect flower is one that is either male or female, like a zucchini, like a watermelon. You have to have bees pollinate, or you have to do it yourself. And we will talk about that a little later on here this summer when our zucchini starts coming on. But then there's the perfect flower. And botanically speaking, a perfect flower has male and female parts in each individual flower. And that's like tomatoes. As you can see here, these yellow tomatoes here, or the yellow flowers, are perfect flowers. And you say, well, what difference does that make? Well, it makes a big difference because normally in years past when we've had lots of bees, they would pollinate these. And at least in the area we're at, there's hardly any bees this year. And yet, a lot of people think, well, the bees are taking pollen from one flower and transferring it to another flower. That's partly true, and that's how even imperfect flowers can be pollinated. But what really makes a tomato actually pollinate itself with its perfect flower is the vibration of the wings. And some people like to, and this is fairly new, and a lot of people will come and they'll shake their tomatoes and they'll shake their flowers a little bit, and the neighbors probably think you're crazy. But what they're doing is trying to shake loose the pollen to go into the female part of the flower to produce tomatoes. By what we're going to do today is, this is a cheap, less than $5 electric toothbrush. And when you turn it on, you can hear it, and it's got these little sonic waves, and you can feel, kind of tickles almost. And what you do, and this will guarantee almost 100% of your flowers will set tomatoes for the biggest crop you ever got. And all we do is just set it right there, and see how that's shaking it just a little bit. If you push it down here, you feel here, I can feel the vibration. And we go to each flower, and all you have to do is touch each one. And every day I come out, and every new flower, we go and we try to make sure that we pollinate each one. And what will happen, I'm already seeing results. Almost every flower that I do this to is producing a tomato. I've done it on my mini tomatoes, I've done it on my dwarf tomatoes, and now I'm doing it on these. This particular tomato is one called Great White, one of my favorite tomatoes, a big beefsteak white tomato. Generally, it doesn't pollinate real well, so you only get a few tomatoes, but by doing this method, this is going to make sure that we get lots of tomatoes off of this plant. And we can move over here to the next one, and we just do the same thing. It doesn't have to be a long time, just long enough, and it actually mimics what it's like when the bee is pollinating. So, for less than $5, you can increase your yield of tomatoes unbelievably. So I encourage you to try that. If you don't want to do that, some people just kind of shake them here a little bit. The thing I've noticed with shaking is that sometimes the blossom will fall off. Using these, it does not fall off. It just buzzes a little bit the flower. I encourage you to try it. I think we bought this one for $5 or so, and you can get them at the store, or we got this one from Amazon. So I encourage you to give this a try. Again, encouraging your garden. And for those of you who have gardens, share them with us, with our group. We all have something we can learn from one another. This is Grandpa Jim, and happy gardening.